Hi Taurus, this is Lunarticks Tarot with a reading for anyone who identifies with your Taurian energy, our Taurian energy, during the last of August 2018. So, Taurus, I originally intended what I knew would be a late August reading for you all to be centered around the Pisces full moon energy for us. However, I wrote those dates and times down wrong, or they got transferred to my calendar incorrectly. In any case, I ended up unknowingly enjoying the Pisces full moon energy by just relaxing right through it, which was wonderful, needed, and it was absolutely serene for me, honestly. And I hope that you all did the same. I'm a Taurus sun, so I hope you all were able to enjoy the Pisces full moon energy in a similar fashion, or in whatever way. So this will be a look at post full moon energy instead, as well as a look at post eclipse season energies, of course. And it's the beginning of Virgo season, so we'll see how the Virgo season is starting off for the Taurus energy. What else do we have going on astrologically? Mercury is now stationary recently. Oh, and we're going to have Mars direct on the 28th. So we'll see if anything that comes up is related to those energies for us. Judgment is how we are interacting with the outside world right now, how we're seen by the outside world, what represents us consciously. We feel like we have a new beginning of sorts, Taurus, perhaps, for some Taurians. Freshly absolved of our past, our karmic debts. We've gone through paying the debts. Now that feels true. We've gone through paying the debts. This is the other side where our karma is clean and clear and new, and we are hopefully, and I think this is true for most Taurians since judgment is showing up in its upright position at this point, hopefully, we are joyfully naked in front of whomever's a part of our story at this time, whomever's eyes fall on us. We should just, well, I hope that most Taurians are able to enjoy that space where you're like I said, debts are paid, karma is clear. And it may mean that. So there's the Queen of Wands showing for us again. Yeah, I definitely think that most Taurians are enjoying that energy, that space. There is a feeling of, again, I'll use the word naked. There is a feeling of being exposed in front of, feeling naked, feeling exposed in front of everyone, question mark. blank, you fill in the blank. Again, at least the people around you, the people who are a part of your story at this time. And yet we have the Queen of Wands in our subconscious, so I think most Taurians are okay with that. It comes hand in hand with having righted wrongs, having atoned for sins, if that's the way you want to put it, but having realized what karmic debts were ours, or in some way being achieving balance regarding our karma, whether we knew, I guess, consciously or not, that it was happening. But again, this is that space thereafter, where even though those things may have been put on display for others, we still feel confident, we still feel bold, we still feel fearless. Our subconscious is sending us messages of hit the gas pedal, full force ahead. You can feel comfortable in front of whomever. You can wear whatever, whenever. You can wear nothing if you like. You don't need to cover up your truth. We don't need to cover up our truth. We don't need to cover up our flaws, our mistakes, our past. It's all beautiful. We're feeling flawless. It reminds me of that that song that's, oh, I don't know why I kept going. Well, there's our card now on the bottom of the deck, the Hierophant. I guess maybe that's why I kept going. There's that song, Now That I'm Flawless, I would guess that's the name of it. You might want to check it out. It's too early in the morning. I honestly would attempt to sing a little bit of it for you, but it's too early in the morning for that. It would be hard on all of us. But yeah, I think it's called Now That I'm Flawless. I do not know the artist, regretfully, because I think it's the first I've heard from them, and it's great. And I think that's how a lot of Taurians are feeling. No, we're not perfect, and yes, people know. But we are perfectly ourselves, and at least on a subconscious level, again, we're being sent that message, that energy of full force ahead, go ahead and be you. This is the energy we're walking away from at this time. We just came out of a period of quote-unquote loving the sound of our feet walking away from things not meant for us. We just came out of the energy of walking away from something that wasn't meant for us, something lower level, so something, an addiction, a lover that turned out not to be for us, a partner that turned out not to be for us, a job, educational track, career, numerous possibilities, but something that, a group of people, friends, something that wasn't meant for us, and we're past that now. We're past paying our karmic debts. We're past, we've done the hard work of walking away from what's not meant for us. And then here's another Taurus card coming up as what we are faced with at this time. And this reading might be applicable to the entirety of August for some. I didn't say that. But I do believe, I'm almost glad I didn't, I do believe it's centered around these last 5 days of August for us. And because the overall energy is the Hierophant, and the then the Empress is showing up as what we're faced with, and they're both usually Taurus cards for me, often. I really think that, you know, this is about us becoming who we are, owning who we are, showing who we are. Again, our flaws are our faults as well. And feeling more bold and fearless about sharing our true selves, our authentic selves. And I think, and so one message is that that's what we're faced with at this time, ourselves. And in that space, we want to take that authentic version of us, and we want to work on what we love creating in the world. Work on whatever we love to do so much, be it hobby, career, our own business, anything in between, or anything else, parenting, etc. Whatever we love to work on, whatever we love to create in the world, and love to do so well that we don't even notice time passing as we're doing it usually. Well, that's what we want to apply ourselves to at this time. That version of ourselves, that fearless, bold, and again, authentic us. And the advice from our higher selves, from spirit, if that speaks to you, from source, usually for me, and or benevolent guides of any type, mine, yours, where, you know, whatever you, for me it's source, but whatever you feel fits there best for you is fine as well. I'm not sure why I just went into all that with you all, but the advice is, ancestors for sure speak up in this spot for me too. The advice is to, I think, you know, make a commitment to someone, something. And for a lot of us, it is to this version of ourselves, because being faced with that also means being faced with creating abundance at this time, drawing in the type of abundance that we all need and desire, really. So I think the advice is to make a long-term commitment to, we'll get a clarifier on that card, but to make a long-term commitment to that version of yourself, that work that you're doing, or whatever else is drawing that abundance towards you. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles is the clarifier. And it's your mindset. Make a commitment to that mindset, because it's your mindset, it's your state of mind right now. What music are you listening to? What are you eating, drinking? What are your pastimes? What are your meditation spots? Your tiny pleasures in the day right now. Your tiny, 5 or 10 minute break. What are you doing with it, etc. The Knight of Pentacles is showing for the second time. So slow, steady, sure, stubborn progress. Let's get a clarifier on the Eight of Cups reversed showing up here for us as well, suggesting that what might keep us from making this commitment to this authentic version of ourselves, to this abundance and wealth we're attracting at this time is an inability to walk away from something, feeling stuck in some way. And I wonder if it isn't the same energy that we just walked away from. Right, this is only a 5-day period that we're talking about, most likely for most Taurians, so, you know, it could have just been at the end, at the beginning of, or mid-August even, when you were walking away from this thing. So, if it is a lover, or a job, or, you know, a partnership of some other type, friendships that aren't serving you any longer, addictions that aren't serving you any longer, or are outright harming you. We are still, here's another card I associate with Taurus showing up for us on the bottom of the clarifier deck now, the High Priestess. So we've got the Hierophant and the High Priestess here. I'm not surprised, I suppose, because I am a Taurus sun, as I said, so why wouldn't I connect, I guess? Why wouldn't I feel right where I belong with you all? All right. So yeah, we are still at risk of not walking away from something, maybe the same thing we just did walk away from. You know, some of us, true to character, may return to a lover at this time, or some other addiction, some other habit, and it could be something as it could be something like an addiction to television. An addiction to spending. An addiction to giving too much of oneself, of one's energy, to others. Spreading yourself too thin. Stretching yourself too thin. Sometimes we can be addicted to, I just talked about this with another sign not long ago, but a lack mindset. The belief that it has to be hard to make a lot of money. The belief that the dollar should be hard earned. The belief that maybe that we can't make wealth, abundance any other way than we have always known to make money. In any case, we are at this time able to connect with what our intuition is telling us. So I think our conscious and subconscious are in a lot of conversation, and I think that's probably because it's probably really easy for us to let happen in this space, because we like what it's saying to us. We like what we're hearing from our subconscious. You're bold, you're fearless, you're ready to create in the ways that you love to create. Collaborate with other people. That's, you know, you feel confident enough to do that. Keep walking away from what's not meant for you, you know? And that's, you know, well, that's our subconscious speaking to us. And we want to hear those messages, so we're letting them through. And with our conscious and subconscious and open, constant communication like that, we're intuiting, you know, more often than we have before, and just about everything and everyone that we want to apply our intuition to at this time, and that's definitely something to make a commitment to, as the advice tells us to do. Definitely a reason to make a commitment to the habits that we have at this time. That's why I was saying, you know, what music do you listen to? What are you doing with this time? Because those are things that we can sort of grab onto when and if we begin to cycle out of this space, or something knocks us out of this space, or if we, you know, fall back into an addiction that we just walked away from. Let's look at our future from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot as well. This is it. The Ten of Cups. The Ten of Water. It's the Ten of Water in this deck. I just couldn't help it. But we also, underneath that, we also have the Ten of Air reversed. So, I mean, I just know immediately that the message is our current path, the path we are on now, our current path is leading us toward emotional fulfillment. There is still a shadow of a risk of choosing to repeat a negative cycle instead. I mean, that's just my body is telling me that's incredibly true for most Taurians at this time. Just have cold chills everywhere. Let me read this. I'm sure the Ten of Cups, or the Ten of Water from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot guidebook will illuminate some more things for us. Let's see. Yeah, the first line is the Ten of Water symbolizes both a beginning and an ending. So, I just feel like it just sort of echoes that message. And isn't that always the way? I mean, you have this ability to move forward confidently and authentically, and something had a hold on us, though. Just a way of life, a way of living for a lot of Taurians, I think. The things that we watched, the things that we ate, the way that we spoke to ourselves. Old habits die hard. We can slip right back into those ways. But the Ten of Water also goes on to say, it represents a feeling of divine connection with all and everything, feeling and knowing that love dwells at the very core of our being and always has. So this path that we're on now is obviously the one that we want to choose and to continue down and to commit to learn. this is the space we want to find ourselves returning to, becoming addicted to. This card symbolizes a period of time when I'm just going to put this down. I know I'm just shaking and shaking at you. I'm sorry. I'm trying to reach around my mic here to hold it. It symbolizes a period of time when we can move through life with a serene sense of ease and fluidity. I think I literally said, I used that word to describe how my Pisces full moon went. Maybe, I'm not sure if that was in this take or not. It took me a few times at beginning recording to spit that intro out at first. Symbolizes a period of time when we can move through life with a sense of serene sense of ease and fluidity, even when surrounded by turmoil or conflict, when the weight of past emotions is released and everything flows in the manner it is meant to. Lovely. Start each day with a smile, greet everyone you meet with kindness, and focus your attention on the things that bring you peace and joy. I think that's the last line of this, these couple of paragraphs here, and I think that will lead us right down this path that we're on, lead us to continue down it, right? Keep us on it is like what I'm trying to spit out, what I'm trying to say. I think that will keep us on this path. And it's very simple. It makes it very easy. These are very simple instructions. Greet everyone with kindness. Even if why not a smile? But even if not, kindness. And focus your attention on the things that bring you peace and joy. And I say that that's going to keep us on this path because I just know that whatever would have us feeling stuck, whatever we have been walking away from throughout the beginning of this year, throughout the beginning of this month, isn't something that makes us feel that way, isn't something that puts us in a space where we're ready to be kind to every energy that we meet, where we're open to the idea that they're worthy, that each energy is worthy of our kindness, that we come into contact with, that we interact with. It's not something, I don't think it's something that makes us feel bold and fearless either. Walking away from it is making us feel bold and fearless and ready to create and contribute in the world. Yeah, it's not something that's bringing positivity into our lives. That's why we are walking away from it. It's not helping us grow and expand at the very least. And and so we want to continue down this path that we're on now. If we focus our attention on only on things that bring, I had to look that line back up, I'm sorry. If we focus our attention only on things that bring us peace and joy, if we choose to do that, if we choose to follow that instruction, then we can't remain stuck on or return to this energy we just walked away from. We can't do both. Is what I'm trying to say in a long-winded way. There's no way we can do both. And here it borders us, our past and our future. That was our future card that I just read. That's what we're headed toward. I'm giddy about it right now. That's what we're headed toward. I hope that resonated with everyone. Taurus, I hope all of you are taking something away from this reading, and are headed toward that free emotional fulfillment with me. I think it's what we're looking at in September. I was dancing around saying, at least by the end of the year, the beginning of next. I think that's what we're headed for in September. honestly. But I do hope you're all taking something away from this reading that you didn't have when you came to it. If it did not resonate, feel free to listen to your other signs, your moon, your ascendant, your sun, and any other sign energy that interests you. If you need a personal reading, please check out the description box below. I have all of my services listed there. You'll notice a $10 quick fix reading. It's 15 minutes long. That's my newest option. There are also now rushed reading options. I can get those back to you in 24 hours. And when you go to my PayPal links to order those readings, you'll notice the name Willow Growth is associated with Lunarticks Tarot, so don't let that throw you off. And, oh, the free readings. Free readings, all you have to do is send me an email to reach out for those. But they are taking at least a month for me to get back to you at this time. And for anyone that got a late free personal reading from me, I'm so sorry. Anyone who is still waiting on one and knows that I'm very behind schedule, I'm so sorry. I am working on those as quickly as I can. Thank you, though, to everyone who has reached out for paid and free readings and who has just written with kind words, comments, liked, shared, subscribed. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of your support. Please do like and subscribe if you took something away from this reading. And I love you, Taurus, and I will post another tarot fix for you just as soon as I can.